project manager at Raven. And
I'm Adam. I'm the managing systems engineer at Raven.
Oh, sorry. This is the first project, rocket project at LTU. We are based here at the Kiruna Space Campus. Our objectives is to design, test, and launch a hybrid rocket, hopefully at the end of next year. We want to reach an altitude of 10 kilometers with a 10 kilogram payload. We also want to create a foundation for rocket programs here at Space Campus. So in early February 2020, we started by defining what we want to do. And then we try to set requirements so we can define what we want or design a solution. And then we, at the end of the spring, we had a preliminary design review where we had a preliminary design of the rocket, so a solution to the mission definition. And now we're starting on a critical design, so a final solution to the mission definition.
Yeah, so the Raven rocket is meant to be propelled by a hybrid propulsion system. The reason for choosing hybrid propulsion is due to the simplicity compared to a liquid propelled rocket. Liquid propelled rockets are used very widely today and they're very efficient, but they're super complex, so it wouldn't really be appropriate to create a liquid propelled rocket here at campus. Also, it is a much safer mean of propulsion than solid propulsion, which basically means that you have two of the components of the fuel mixed together. So if you would accidentally ignite a solid propelled system, you would basically have an inextinguishable fire, which we would hope to avoid with our hybrid propulsion system. So as of right now, this is the structure of the Raven team. We are 3 people in the Raven management, Hagel and myself, and also Kira, who is also the president of GSO. But then we also have 4 main teams and also a part-time team, so to speak. So we have the 4 major groups of Aerodynamics and Trajectory, Avionics and onboard data handling, Propulsion, and then Structure Materials. We also are 2 systems engineers currently. We are hopefully going to be able to recruit some more systems engineers as well. But yeah, so this is the structure of the team as of right now. Thank you. So if we start with propulsion, the responsibilities of the propulsion team are fairly obvious. They're responsible for the entire rocket motor design and basically all the selection of propellant components. Edo is looking funny at me back there. And now that we're on the way of actually having a fairly good propulsion system, they're also responsible of optimizing the performance of this propulsion system as well. We're going to be doing 2 static fire tests at least in the coming future. We have the structural and materials team. Also fairly obvious, the structural materials team are responsible mainly of the external structure of the rocket. They're responsible for the integration of all the other subsystems to the rocket structure as well. And of course, to ensure the structural integrity during flight, we don't want the rocket to break during a flight. So the structure materials team work a lot with different CAD softwares right now with lots of modeling to create a design that we can then use for simulations before actually manufacturing everything. The aerodynamics and trajectory team are responsible for analyzing the external flow around the rocket. Also all the stability parameters and basically all the means to ensure that the rocket will fly stably and reduce the aerodynamic drag since the rocket is usually going very fast. And they're also responsible for flight safety and actually ensuring that the rocket remains on the predicted trajectory that we want to have for the rocket as well. Then we have the avionics and onboard data handling team. They are mainly responsible of recreating the flight path. We will want to document the flight and analyze different parameters during flight as well. So the avionics team are responsible of analyzing all the conditions on board the rocket, such as perhaps combustion chamber temperatures and things like that. So they are taking care of all the electronics and control systems on board, such as ignition, etc. And also all the telecommunications and onboard data storage as well.
So for other positions, we have the recovery system. They're in charge of the safe recovery of the rocket, which is where most student rockets fail. They fail to eject their parachutes. So they're in charge of making that succeed. Then we have the management team, which is a more administrative role, keeping in contact with partners and the university. Then we have the systems engineering team, who are in charge of keeping the teams together and making sure all the things go together, so handling the interfaces between the groups and so on.
Sure.
So we're looking for mainly motivated people. We don't require any experience. It's an opportunity to learn. We want people to learn. With all the new German rocket companies here, we're out of test range. They're looking for people as well. So it's a great opportunity to learn and get into the field of rocketry. And we're expecting people to work around 10 hours a week.
Yeah. So please apply. We need people. And we really would like to see applications from all of you. And as for every other project, we also have our social media platforms, so please follow them. There's lots of available information about what we do there, and hopefully it can be used to gain interest for the project as well. Thank you.